Hi, it's Yakuza. We are deep diving characters and breaking down the psychological thriller that is Glitch's Knights of Guinevere. The pilot just dropped and there is so much to talk about. If you haven't seen my last 3 videos on this show, go ahead and check them out. Trust me, they're really good. Yeah, but today we're talking about a goat. We're talking about one of my favorite characters so far, Frankie. Man, I love this girl, you do not understand. When we first got her character design, I knew I'd probably like her, but now, after seeing her in action, yeah, she's like one of my favorite characters in this entire show. Hands down. And honestly, there aren't many characters that I dislike, except for Olivia. Nobody likes Olivia. Olivia K. So if you've seen the latest episode, you know the big question surrounding Frankie. Her hallucinations. You know what I'm talking about, those weird little cartoon Care Bear, Tiny Toon looking creatures talking to her the entire episodes. Yeah, those little weird little critter catnap things. When I first saw this scene, I was like, Frankie, you better lose yourself. No, but I was like, yo, is Frankie actually losing it? Like, this is some Black Noir from The Boys situation where like she's just seeing cartoons for some random reason. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past her. Frankie is not exactly what you would call normal, but no shade, us weirdos stick together, ha 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 ha. So today, I'm breaking down what I think is actually going on with Frankie. Plus, we're just gonna get to know her a little bit better, I like, everyone likes her, she's a fan favorite, I like her, let's just get to know her. Hurry up and start that video! Frankie is lifelong best friends with Andy, and they basically grew up together. She loves tech, she loves robotics, and that passion really comes from her love for Guinevere, the Park Planet monarch. Guinevere inspired Frankie to want to work at Park Planet and build things to entertain kids the same way she was inspired as a kid. But she didn't get the dream job, but instead she's out here working as a scrap collector and being a factory worker just to try to get by. But robotics is still a huge part in her life. Her little frog friend Boombox, that's hers. And that's how Frankie helped Andy get the vending machine parts in the pilot. The kitty, the elephant, the penguin, also Frankie's creations. Because remember, during her hallucinations, yes, they were cartoon characters, but they transformed back into normal devices just like Boombox. But here's my question, why is she talking to them? Knights of Guinevere is full of hallucinations and mind trip. We've seen it with Gwen, and now we're seeing it with Frankie. Some people think that this means that Frankie is secretly a robot. And sure, Sparky does drop the line about her not being able to get special treatment because she is the way that she is, which sounds suspicious and sexist. But personally, I don't think Frankie is a robot. I mean, we've seen her bruised, missing teeth. I mean, she's just clearly human. Like, out of all designs that happened so far, just taking the closest look into like Guinevere, the robot that is closest to like being human, even she doesn't have parts that works like that. Also, robots don't really just get bruised. Like, if they're damaged, they don't swell up or anything. And there's no other inventions we've seen, not Orbs, not Olivia's, that are just that realistic. Guinevere is the closest, and even she just looks more robotic. So no, I think those creatures Frankie sees aren't glitches. They're her dreams. Frankie wants to work at Park Planet so badly. She wants to create things that inspire people. But so far in the pilot, regardless if it's to help Frankie, to bring her down, people are not super supportive of her retired dreams. We could look at Andy, who got the dream job, and she's miserable. She's stressed, overworked, and probably regrets ever even taking the job. And she expresses that to Frankie, a person that really wants to have her job. And then we have Sparky, who just straight up tells her that Park Planet is just not worth it. And that's the thing. Frankie treats her creations like family. She loves them. In contrast to someone like Olivia, who abuses Gwen and treats her like a toy. Frankie's hallucinations, they're not a glitch in her system. They're a representation of her passion. They show how real her dreams feel to her. This is very much like one of the creators, Dan Terrence, with the show The Owl House. She had this amazing vision to inspire kids, but Disney cut her show short and fought on her with representation. Frankie's kind of going through the same thing. She has a dream that she knows that is possible, but the system that she wants to work for will probably crush it. Frankie sees Guinevere not just as a princess robot, but as a potential friend. Someone who could be more. And that's why I love Frankie. So yeah, that's my theory. I could be wrong. This show is meant to mess with our heads, but I feel pretty confident on this one. Let me know what you think down below. I want to hear your theories. Oh yeah, and I see a theory about Sparky taking away Frankie's teeth because he pulled them out for like punishment and stuff like that. I'll save that one for another video. There's just so much I need to get through, so I'm just trying to tackle things one at a time. But eventually I'll get to that and probably some other things that I think is pretty interesting about this show that I did notice. But I'll save it all for another video. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever, you know the deal. Something like that. I don't know. I'll be making more Knights of Guinevere videos later on down the line. With all that being said, Yakuza out!